Greetings, mighty model maniacs! This is Panzerman Bill of Panzerman's Bunker, coming to you with update ski number 1. Not number 0, or not number 2, but number 1. Also, waka waka waka. Of Styrene Panzer. Hey, Razi, how you doing? German bomber. Group build. Boom. Alright, fellas, time for an update ski. Yay! Alright, let's go over to the phone. Man, Bill, not that damn phone again. Keep relying on that. That's right, Herb. Get your crutch. Alright, fellas. When I started out doing this Junkers 188, I found a very big deficiency in the cockpit they provided. For one thing, it's totally mirrored wrong. The pilot and everybody basically sat on the left side with an opening down to the gondola on the right. And the kit part here on the left just did not have that. So I had to break out the styrene, and I totally scratch built a new complete cockpit using reference pictures off the internet. Yeah, Bill, break out that styrene. You are a junkie of styrene. Waka waka. Alright. There it is. You can see how it's a lot better improved. You know, I got the pilot on the left side, the radio operator, machine gunner in the rear, the forward gunner and bombardier on the right, and then the guy in the gondola sits on the right, and he can drop down that gondola hatch. And there's the figure provided for the gondola machine gunner. The figure itself just came down to the knees. I had to get the spares parts out, my figures, and give them like from the kneecaps down to the feet. Had to add those parts. Alright, see, there's the parts I had to add. The legs on the bottom of the guy, just to more fidelity of detail. He can't be a stumpy. I don't want him to be a stumpy. There's the new cockpit put in place just to fit, you know, test fit everything, make sure it fit. This is probably one of the most complicated airplanes I've ever put together, because the cockpit and the way the machine guns are all set up, you can't do it all in one shot. You got to build, paint, and test fit, build, paint, test fit. It's a real pain in the buttinsky. Yeah. Alright, here's the pilot, a crew. I fixed the holes in their gut from the bad Stromboli. Yeah. Alright, Grando. Alright, I started working on the nacelles for the engines and everything. They gave you two different versions with this kit, so I decided to use, I think these are inline. The inline. I could be wrong. You aircraft guys, correct me. I'm just a treadhead. Alright, I wanted to process a super detail in the air crew. I gave them harnesses with all the straps, and I even gave them their oxygen masks and stuff like that with the air hose and everything, just a little more fidelity detail. Yeah, Bill loves that word. Painting up the cockpit here. Painting up the figures there. Painting up the little guy in the gondola there. Gondola dude. There they are sitting in their cockpit looking good. There you can see the guy even gave the little guy down the gondola an oxygen hose and everything. Paint up the side walls and everything. Give some extra detail, added different gauges and stuff. Alright, over to the model. Yeah, Bill, stop using that damn phone. You guys want to see the model. Alright, there you go, fellas. That's how she's looking. The Junkers 188 with the crew in place. It's not glued in yet. Like I said, I got machine guns and everything have to be put in, and this is, you know, before I actually glue the two halves together. I'm going to have to add ammo belts going up to the machine guns, and shell catch bags for them too. So there's going to be very, very complicated looking cockpit and everything. Alright, you can even see up in there, there's the bottom gondola guy with the machine gun coming out. A lot of test fitting with this, fellas. You got to put this in, and then you got to put the glass clear parts on to make sure they fit right and everything. You got clearances. But that's my update ski so far, and that's the way they're looking. Thing is turning out pretty good. Once the cockpit's all together, that the rest of the build should go smoothly. I can tell by it just test fitting the pieces together, it all fits real nicely. So far, everything I put together fit real well. I even got that landing gear started and the back stabilizers. There's that real simplified kit part cockpit. How rudimentary. How very basic and rudimentary. And there's that machine gun station. Top of the gondola, on top of the cockpit, the machine gun is right here. They can shoot upwards on the dorsal machine gunner. Alright, so there it is so far. Grendel, better knock it off. Stop making all that noise. You hear me? You big snuffleupagus. Right, stinker? You don't like the camera. Alright, fellas. Until next time, this is Panzerman Bill of Panzerman's Bunkersing. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Damen und Herren. Hey, Grendel. Juice.